Hey guys, what's up? Earlier today, I showed you how to install SSH and use PuTTY to connect to your box. Now I'm going to show you how to install an FTP server. What FTP stands for is File Transfer Protocol. What it allows you to do is instead of downloading things through the internet, it allows you to download them through a program, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in about 5 minutes. The first thing you want to do is go to FileZilla or Filled Cupcakes if that's more your thing. FileZilla. Now get the file server. While this is downloading, today's episode is brought to you by portableapps.com. We'll go over that again at the end of the episode instead of taking up your time. So you have to fast forward through all that crap. You can just leave if you choose to. Gonna go ahead and install standard install. That's fine. Please choose the fort that FileZilla should listen on. That's fine. Install as a service. Here you can choose start it manually, start with Windows when Windows boots, or do not install, start server automatically. So right off the bat, as soon as you boot your computer and it has a physical internet connection, it boots with this one. Start manually means that you have to double click on it, which is what I'm going to use. And please choose the admin port of the interface. So that's fine. That's fine. Go ahead and close that. FileZilla server. Alright, now you want to go up, go to server. Let's go connect to server. Alright, now we want to edit. Um, let's see, let's go settings. Alright, now when you're in settings, you can choose which ports to listen on. Banning IP address, admin interface, miscellaneous, all this other stuff if you want to edit that. I'm going to go into users. I'm going to go over here and click add user. And the name of our user is YouTube. You can add groups too, so actually just for the heck of it, we'll so now we're going to go to add for shared folders, which means what folders YouTube can access. And I am just going to go to, I downloaded some random stuff earlier, so we're just going to go to um, downloads. Alright, and this H that's set up right next to that path means that that's its home path, so that's where it's going to start out in, which is fine. Here you're giving your permissions to this user, so right now they can just read it. And now we can enter a new one. Let's do no, I shouldn't use admin because it's bad practice, but we'll just do admin. Add that path. we'll do local C, so I have full access to everything, and we're going to allow write, delete, append. I'm gonna give admin the ability to create and delete. This is not advised. Anyone who's setting up an FTP server for home or personal use, this is not advised to give one person full access to, especially the root of your drive. So now we're going to add, let's just do Frank. Download speed, you can set speed limit. Again, like I said earlier, you can block IP addresses. Okay, now account settings for each one of these. Hope we didn't set a shared folder for Frank. So Frank is going to get access to go to download. Alright, now under general settings for YouTube, you can enable a password. So for YouTube, we're just going to do YouTube, group membership, none. I can add a group, or you can add groups if you want. Label them like administrators, basic users, read write. You can actually use the privileges for group membership. You can force the connection to go over the secured socket layer for authentication. I'm not going to, you really don't need to. Frank is going to have the password of, well, we'll just do Frank. And admin will have the password of, you guessed it, admin. Go ahead and do OK. Those settings are saved. So now what we're going to do is we're going to open up CMD, do an IP config 83.132. So now on the machine that we're going to connect to it, we're going to need to download from FileZilla again, only this is going to be the client side, not the server side. So we're going to do FileZilla, client, download. And I will say, FTP does take a little bit of monkeying around with. Give yourself about 3 or 4 days to adjust to it. After those 3 or 4 days, you should be downloading whatever you're downloading from wherever you're downloading like a pro. Go ahead, yes. License agreement. Alright, so for mine it says that it already detected FileZilla. I guess I forgot that I had a version of FileZilla. So I'm just going to upgrade mine. You guys will just be installing it. Same install process. And before I forget. Just for connectivity reasons, again, I'm going to turn off the firewall to save us time. I could add a policy in there that says allow FTP connections. I'm not going to, because I'm going to try to shave off a couple minutes of the video. Alright, so this is what FileZilla client looks like. So the host, enter the IP address of the server. So 192.168.83.132. Username. For right now, we're just gonna do Frank. Password Frank. Do quick connect. It's gonna say here, entering passive mode, connection accepted, transfer is okay. So now, since I shared that, I don't know if you guys remembered, when I went into the settings, I shared the My Downloads. And so if I go to My Documents, go to the Downloads, you can see everything that's in that folder right there. So I got a cross loop, executable, FileZilla server executable, couple of models. Okay, I suppose I should explain this. Local site and remote site. So this is saying that this is your home directory, and in that home directory, this section is all the files. Local site is your local computer. So if I went to, let's just do desktop. I should be able to now double click this and transfer it over. File transfer successful. Transferred 9,337 bytes in 1 second. Now it says connection closed by server. So we're going to do a quick connect. And I should be able to check my desktop. And there's the photo. So that's kind of cool. Now let's, just so I can show you guys the difference, let's do username of YouTube and quick connect. Now, since YouTube has full, or almost full privileges, I can right click I can do create a directory, which means that I'm going to create a file now, create a folder now. So I can do this test, enter. Now if we go to my downloads, you can see that that folder was created under the my downloads on the server. And from this, you should be able to hotbabe1, copy that there. With any luck, she should now be put into the test directory. Okay, same permission is denied, so I must not have allowed myself to the correct permissions. And if you look on the server log, you should see transferred hotbabe1 was downloaded. You can check the user. If I scroll up a little ways, make directory test, which was the folder we created, and up a little farther, you can see the username of YouTube logged in at 15:41 p.m. It's using military time. Now I'm going to show you why you shouldn't use admin or use excuse me, not use, or give full permissions to your entire C drive. So now I'm going to connect, and now I have all these options. I gave myself all privileges, so now I can go in, I can go into YouTube, I can create, let's do new text document, um, click me, now I can do a save that. I don't know how this will work. My batch files are a little rusty. So now we can go to YouTube, go to desktop, copy that to the desktop, and hopefully, if my batch memory serves anything, sorry, this is probably a really bad example. The point I'm trying to get at is they can now put files on your desktop. They can manipulate your operating system. They can manipulate all the files, folders. They can steal your all your files, all of your pictures, all of your videos. Alright, let's try this again. Now, this is a good example. It says the target file already exists. Would you like to override? Overwrite if source is newer, override if different size. It gives you all these options. Yes, I'm sure I want to override it. So that went ahead and overrode it. Now, if you come home and you left um, a super user, such as this account that I'm using here with full access to your entire operating system, you get home, you see this, you don't know what it is, you just double click it. Now all of a sudden, you know, it's saying Windows will shut down in less than a minute. It doesn't even give you a prompt to say okay or not. So now you don't know what they could do, and if they really wanted to, which I'm not going to show you guys how to do it because I'm an ethical hacker and I don't want to be responsible for anything that could happen. You could actually add it to continuously hit that file every time Windows boots up. So you could just create basically an endless restart on a computer just because you were trying to put a file server on it. Now, our file server is terrible? Absolutely not. They are amazing. I have one set up on my desktop computer to share all of my school documents wherever I need to go. So if I am um, working on a project for a client and I'm doing a server install, I forgot something. I forgot how to install Exchange on Windows Server 2008 R2. I can just remote in to my PC using the FTP client, and I can just grab one of the papers I wrote on how to do that. I use it a lot. It's really, really neat. Um, if you could combine this with remote desktop, so you could actually see where the files are or what you're doing, or to set your user privileges, those two tools combined um, are really, really convenient and really, really nice to use. So without further ado, here's Windows starting back up. That's the end of the lesson. FTP server installation. Apps. Now, what Portable Apps is the best way to describe it is a start bar for any Windows computer. Now, I know you're thinking, what? But you'll kind of get what I'm talking about here in a second. So we're going to go ahead and download it. Download 10.102. Go ahead and launch it. English. Next. I agree. Alright, destination folder, where you want Portable Apps to install to. Now, Portable Apps is designed for USBs, so I'd highly recommend putting it on a USB. But you don't have to. You could put it on a CD with rewritable capabilities. But I would highly recommend using a USB. So we're going to go ahead and install that on the USB drive. Launch it. And this is what it looks like. So this is kind of what I was talking about with that start menu deal. You know, you got all your programs, your documents, your videos. Same thing. You're going to have all your programs, your documents, music, videos, pictures, apps, which is what this is doing. It's checking for apps. So it's going to give you this page. What do you want to install? So Composer, I'll use that to edit HTML. Notepad++, I do enjoy that. There's even a FileZilla portable. That's nice. Even a putty portable, if you watched my last tutorial on how to install SSH. We'll do Skype, and where's Chrome? There it is. Alright, so we'll just go with those for right now. It's going to download those. Another thing is all your cached, your history, your downloads, everything that you use on the hotel computer browser, it all stays on the local machine. So if someone wanted to pull that information, they could. Well, with the Portable Apps browsers, you execute them from your USB drive, which means that everything that you do, everything that you search for stays on the USB drive. It catches those pages to the USB drive. So you don't have a digital footprint somewhere on a hotel computer. Everything that you have is stored on the USB drive. However, on that same note, you must always remember to take your USB drive. If you leave it in the hotel computer, that obviously doesn't give you any benefits as far as security. Although I do know that a couple of the app stores they have, or a couple app stores on the App Store for portable apps, there is drive encryption. It requires you to enter in a password when you boot up the portable apps, and I would just highly recommend it. It's really convenient to use. If you don't want to take your bulky laptop with you on a business trip, if you're only staying one day overnight, you need to check your email, and you don't have a tablet or a smartphone, I would definitely use portable apps. On that same note, you can go ahead and open it, go to Documents, and if you look at the file structure of how Portable Apps is designed, it looks a lot similar to Windows. So you have start.exe, which double click that. That's what actually brings up the GUI interface. The files that are inside Portable Apps, which is where all your apps are going to be saved to, so they don't confuse you with your actual documents. They're not mixed in there with them. So if you look at it, Portable Apps file folder would be the equivalent of your program files on your hard drive. Documents would be like your user's profile name, um, my documents. So you got your pictures, your videos, your music, and it's just really convenient. The only downfall is that it is currently only available for Windows. So all of you Macintosh fans out there, all the people that love to use Linux, um, I can show you what it looks like booted up into Linux. I'm not going to do it right now because I don't want to take another 15 minutes of your time. This is supposed to be a short tutorial. Alright, so now it's saying your new portable apps have been installed and are now available in the menu. So if we can click start, we can see that all the applications are loaded on the left, as I was talking about earlier with Windows, and everything is, all your folders are on the right. So just execute that. You get a nice little pop-up that says Chrome Portable. Oh, that's right, Chrome failed to initialize. Sorry, I cut that out because it did take a while. Mozilla Firefox Portable. My firewall's trying to block it. And there's your Mozilla Firefox. I'm going to go ahead and exit it. I hope you guys found that informative. Hope you got Portable Apps. It's great software. And until next time, I'm Hackaroarous. And you guys stay safe out there.